Welcome to Wokehouse YouTube channel. So today we're talking about the 3 poisons and the 5 hindrances. This is what stops us in life from getting off the wheel of rebirth, of what it keeps us from getting out of this cyclic system of being born again and again in samsara. These 3 poisons and these 5 hindrances. Now this samsaric existence is vividly displayed in a painting or a tanka that's very famous in Buddhism as a clear illustration of how we are trapped in this cyclic, it's almost like Groundhog Day. Over and over and over, we die and are born, and we wind up in the hell realms, or the heavenly realms, or the animal realms. And it's just, and we fall down to lower realms, and we're a human again, and then, just chaos being thrown around and around, and no matter where you land on this beautiful painting, you're still in samsara. And so it has various rings. I think there's about 5 rings, and in every one of these rings, it shows very vividly how you are in one of these little slots somewhere in samsara. You're either there now, or you have been there, or you're going to be there again. So you're very much trapped on this wheel of rebirth. And then when you back out and you look at the Bhava Chakra, which is the name of it, you look at the overall Bhava Chakra, and you see that this entire wheel of rebirth is being held by Yama, which is the god of death. It's a deity of death. You can see Yama's legs on the bottom, and you see Yama's claws clutching the Bhava Chakra. So death is in charge of this wheel of rebirth. Overall, no matter where you land in that cyclic existence, death owns you. Death propels you from one state to another, and there's seemingly no escape except for Buddhist teachings, which bring liberation so that we can stop this wheel of rebirth and jump off. So you have all these different stations of life that you could be in the sensual realm, the realm of the 6 senses. You can land in any of these realms, but you're still stuck in samsara, and you're subject to death, because death has a hold of you. And in the very center, you have what is known as the, it's the 3 poisons. It's ignorance, craving, and aggression. And they're represented by a snake and a pig, and what's the other one? A pig, a snake, and a rooster. And so ignorance, craving, and aggression. I had to write those down so I didn't forget. The reason those are so important is they're in the very center. They're in the axle. So these 3 poisons, ignorance, craving, and aggression, they're the actual motor. How many people know it's the axle that turns all the spokes? So it's these 3 states of mind that we fall into that keep propelling us, turns the whole cyclic samsara around and around, almost to the point we feel like we can never escape. In fact, many people don't even realize that they're stuck in this, because many people don't have past life memories. And we certainly, very rarely do you hear people talk about reincarnation. Very rarely do you hear, especially in Western countries. I mean, I can only speak for my limited place in the universe, which is in Texas, in a small town in Texas. You don't often hear anyone talking about the cyclic samsaric existence. I don't hear very many people talking about reincarnation. So I could have gone my whole life in this small town in Texas and never realized that I've had all these past lives, and that I'm going to have all these future lives, and all of them are full of suffering. And that, in fact, if I never heard the teachings of the Buddha, I would not know that I am on the Bhava Chakra going around and around. And I wouldn't have known that there's a way off of this wheel of samsara. So the Buddha came to deliver the message to us that we've been around billions and billions of years, and we're going to continue to be around billions of years making the same mistakes over and over. And even in this lifetime, you know, even if you don't believe in reincarnation, or you don't think that you have, you know, regardless of what your view is, these are states of mind that keep us from being successful in this life. If you have ignorance, if you have arrogance, if you have craving, if you have aggression, I wrote down some other ones here. So, if you are addicted to like sensual things, like drinking, drugging, addicted to TV, addicted to food, all these things. If you have ill will against other people, if you hold resentments, if you hold anger in your heart, if you hate some type of person, if you're racist, you don't like a certain kind of people, that festers in your heart and it won't clear your mind. If you suffer from depression, which I do, if you let it take you down, you'll never get off of this wheel of reincarnation or be successful in this life. And I wrote down restlessness and doubt too. If you're restless and irritable and you can't calm your mind and just be here now, and if you have doubt in the teachings, or if I would say, if you don't have hope in your life, you cannot succeed. You will never climb out of the situation you're in right now without hope. I've been in situations in my life through alcoholism, divorce, death of loved ones. I've been in extreme situations. I lived in this I was homeless for a little while. And then when I finally got my own place, when I started sobering up, it was pathetic. I mean, the place I was living, it didn't even have windows. The windows were broken out. And I rented it for $100 a month. And when talk about it's the rooster or the cock that describes one of the, which describes ignorance. There was a rooster when I lived in this single wide little trailer when I was just getting back on my feet. Because there was no windows, this rooster would jump up in the window and go, at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I would grab a shoe or a plate or a cup and throw it at it, knock it out of the window, and it would jump back up. And I would wake up in these terrible conditions with a filthy floor, mold, and I would say, well, at least I'm not homeless, at least I'm not drunk, at least I'm not, at least I'm making the next right decision, and I'm trying something different. I'm breaking breaking that will. I was going around this wheel of addiction, making all the same choices. And because of not only the Dharma coming into my life, but AA and self-help books and other things, I slowly started realizing that I was making the same mistakes over and over again. So this 6-minute video has turned into 10 minutes. I'll shut up. But regardless of what you believe, if you look around and you have no hope, the greatest thing you can do is go somewhere and be around other people that are making positive decisions. I joined a meditation center. I joined Shambhala Meditation Center, and I started hanging out with some Zen Buddhists and other people that were making good choices. And I went from being homeless to living in that dirty little single wide trailer to getting my own place, to getting remarried, to raising my children, getting custody of my children, to getting good jobs, to making this video and being fairly in my right mind. Namaste. Thank you.